in custody. Other stories are he had 3 guns inside the movie theater, 2 handguns, and 1 gun described as a long gun, plus the devices in his car. We've been trying to figure out, we weren't there, but James Cameron was. That's the name of somebody who was in the theater. He was sitting in the theater adjacent to the theater where the shooting took place. James, thanks for joining us on the phone.
Hi, good morning.
James, we understand that there in Aurora, Colorado, at the Century 16 multiplex, 3 different theaters were showing the new Batman movie.
Correct.
Is that why you were at the movie?
Yeah, I actually just flew in to visit my best friend Jason. I live in Sacramento, California, and I flew into Denver like 12 hours before going to see the movie, and yeah, we were in Theater 8 to see the movie.
Okay.
To see the premiere. Yeah.
And the shooting happened in Theater 9. Tell us from where you were sitting what happened.
Oh, it was during a pretty intense action sequence, probably with the first big action scene in the movie. The theaters are shaking, so and then we started hearing a little commotion when the action scene started to die down a little bit to the left of us, which was Theater 9, and we heard screaming, and then my friend Jason started choking, and people all around us started coughing, and there was a strong smell, and I began to feel like I was suffocating. We got
tear gas. You think it was tear gas?
It's coming through the vents, yeah, and according to police, I guess he had actually released tear gas prior to shooting, and then when the shooting just started, it was utter chaos.
And James, we're just getting all these preliminary details coming in. In fact, earlier this morning, we were hearing that there were possibly 2 suspects and that one was still on the run and that there was an active search going on. Now we do know that there is just one person who has been taken into custody. We know you were in the adjacent theater, but could you make out any words that he was saying as he was shouting and shooting?
He hit a lot of screaming, and it over the actual chaos, the screaming that scared people. You could hear one predominant scream. I don't know if that was him or not, but it was just a loud male scream. It was just constant, and it was it's frightening to even think about. And I'm shocked right now. I'm hearing for the first time that 14 people are dead just by being on hold with you guys, and I am shocked that it was just one person, but by the sound of it, honest guys, that it sounded like there could have been 3 or 4 guys in there shooting. I mean, there was definitely multiple calibers going off, and it was just crazy. Yeah, it's been a nightmare of a night.
James, describe to us what you saw as you were leaving the theater. Did you see people who were wounded? Did you see people that were stricken on the ground? Did you see a response by the police, by ambulances? Paint us a picture of the carnage.
My friend, we had to get him out fast tonight. He suffered a horrible asthma attack and was rushed to the hospital. And fortunately, there was a child struck, a little baby girl was struck in her back, and that was probably something that's going to stick with me for the rest of my life. I don't know that that's something you never prepare yourself for, seeing a mother hold her child. I don't know. It's a little odd to have your child, I guess, in a movie theater at midnight, but, who's to say? It's not, I just, that's always going to be on my mind, guys, that thought of a little girl, yeah. That's the one thing that sticks in my mind. As far as injured people, they were all over the place. I mean, they set up
it almost sounds like it's just starting to set in for you and probably won't, for some time. Are you going to be able to get some support from your friend? Are you going to be there for him? What's going on with that?
Yeah, I'm actually outside the hospital, and it's people are walking in here. It's crazy. The walk-ins are nuts. I mean, the waiting room's just full, and I'm still dealing with the effects of that gas. Is just horrible. I don't have asthma myself, with the breathing. My breathing's restricted, and it's like something out of a sci-fi movie. It's just nuts. No
kidding. And you went to see the Batman movie, and as you described it, you didn't know whether or not what was happening was in the movie. Right. Was it just a noisy theater next door? It turned out to be real. Early reports were, and I'm sure you've heard this, was that there were 2 gunmen in 2 different theaters that set off 2 different tear gas bombs or smoke bombs or something like that. It sounds like, from what you're telling us, if the tear gas went through the vents, that's probably where that came from, right?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there wasn't anybody in our theater. I mean, I know that we were at capacity in our theater, and once that, like I said, that action scene died down, and then we realized, there was just utter commotion going on from the theater, and we just kind of looked at each other, and then, it was almost like simultaneously, everybody started coughing, and then my friend literally had his hands on his neck, like he couldn't breathe, and I was like, what the heck's going on,
James, it's Peter Johnson. Were there police at the theater when you arrived there for the Batman showing? Did there seem to be a lot of security there? Did there seem to be anything special that was going on outside of a happy event of seeing a premiere of a new movie?
Yeah, there was an Aurora police officer, and also there was a heavy security presence there. There was like rented cops, but there was an Aurora police officer just coasting the parking lot, making sure people weren't hanging out in their cars like they normally would at an event like this. Yeah.
And describe it for us, as it began to unfold. We understand K-9 units were there, FBI on the scene, police from every possible area coming in to help.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, it's like the law enforcement thought of the sky. Just 1 second I'm dealing with my friend, and then the next second I'm yelling, we need help, and I'm on the cell phone going crazy, and it just seemed like a snap of a finger. There's police everywhere. So I mean, they responded unbelievably here. They're handling the situation with unbelievable tact, and I have to say that they've been great with all of us here, and I thank them for helping my friend, because he could have easily he could have died from the asthma attack. So,
James, what hospital are you at?
I'm at the Swedish. I'm not familiar. Swedish hospital. Swedish hospital. Yeah.
Yeah, we just talked to their public information officer. All right.
Yeah.
James Cameron, you have had a hell of a night, and we thank you very much for telling us what went down there at the movie last night. That is
my pleasure.